Imagine you just saved $100 or 10,000 Kenya shillings per month since Uhuru and Ruto took power. I know this sounds crazy and you're wondering why I'm comparing these two scenarios and they're completely different and you're like, why is Ken going with this? But today, for the first time, I'm going to be very brief. I know some people do complain, oh, Ken is talking too much. By the way, if you feel that I'm talking too much on my own channel, you just need to get out and look for something that works for you. I say everything that is important. Like I've mentioned before, I don't make any crazy money on YouTube. What I'm doing here is to spill knowledge, give you information that is very helpful. And every single thing I say is extremely important. So, but today I'm going to be very brief. I know when I'm talking about money, I'm never brief. I love money. I love money. I love talking about money. So I'm never brief when talking about money, but today I'm going to be brief. Imagine you started saving money when Uhuru took power. People who are in Kenya will understand the context of this. So if you're not in Kenya, forgive me, but this is for my people, my brothers and sisters. So Uhuru and Ruto took power 10 years ago. 10 years ago from today, that is 2012, okay? I'm just trying to put things into perspective here because most people do not understand the essence of time. Most people think that 10 years is too long when I tell them about 10 years. But when you see things happening in the course of your life and you realize, actually, that didn't take so long. And then you're like, if I did this at that particular time, I could be at this particular place. Now today, I'm going to give you the numbers. I'm going to show you exactly how much money you could have had if you are just saving a little amount of money from 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, whatever amount you could have or you could have afforded at that particular time, and if you were consistent for just that period of time. And let's see what you'd be having in your account today. As usual, here at Ken's Money Matters, talk about the money mindset, how to make that money, how to enjoy that money, how to manage that money, how to invest that money, and how to assure yourself of a lifetime of income, basically financial freedom. So guys, welcome. Today we're looking at this thing from a political perspective, but not really political. We're just trying to use the occurrences in our lifetime that we are so aware of. You know, sometimes for you to put time into perspective, you have to be aware of certain things. You have to be aware of what happened then and what's happening now. So you realize, okay, this came to me when I realized it's been 10 years of Uhuru's power. It's been 10 years of Uhuru being in power, and now he's leaving power in the next few weeks, right? It's at the tail end of it. And I just realized I was quite a normal, proper human being, I would say, an adult with a sound mind. So I should have made, and I did make, some good decisions at that time that would have basically changed my financial life during that period. We don't have the long-term mindset. And this is one thing I struggle with even with my clients. And remember, Ken's Money Matters coaching is available. Phone consultation if you want, or full coaching. Phone consultation in specific issues, specific questions you may have. Full coaching packages on array of issues whereby we plan your finances properly. Check out my website for that. And remember, guys, you can only come through my website. You can only come through my website. I don't give my WhatsApp number on the comment section. Lots of scammers below there, so be careful. I don't give my WhatsApp number. The only way you can reach me is through my website. Then you will find a link to my number. It's only one way. So back to our issue. The reason I'm saying this is because a lot of my clients struggle with that mindset, that long-term mindset, and I understand them. It's not their fault. It's a fault of the system. It's a capitalistic system. You have to strategize. You have to plan. You have to look ahead. We didn't have that in our own situation, in our own, I would say, societies then. We had an agrarian society or a hunters and gatherers society, and all these things were basically provided by nature. And so we didn't have to plan for what's going to happen to me next month. How am I going to eat next month? We woke up in the morning and went out and looked for fruits, looked for animals to hunt and kill and bring home. And that's the kind of life we lived. And then there came the capitalistic system whereby natural resources were now being depleted and everyone had to scramble for their own part and save for the future, have some level of security. From an individual level, you needed security. To a community level, we needed security. To even the societal level, the wider society, we needed that security. So we needed to be sure that in the next 1 month, in the next 2 years, next 3 years, next 4 years, next 20, 30 years, we will survive. Now, I would say the Western societies are more advanced at this, not because they are smart or more intelligent than us. It's because this is their system. They invented this game. We are playing a game that we didn't invent. So they make the rules. So we are always tagging behind them, but we have to tag smart. We have to be smart in how we tag behind them and how we follow them, because then if we lag too way behind, then we end up losing a lot. And how do you do that? Number one is by strategizing, thinking of your future, thinking of your financial security, thinking of how you can build generational wealth that you can pass from one person to another, thinking of how you can cut that poverty cycle that is in your family. And how do you do it? By starting to normalize a long-term mindset. And it's not easy, guys. I know when I say it, it sounds easy that you need to normalize a long-term mindset of 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. It's not easy for us as Black people and as African people. It's not something as straightforward. That's why I teach people how to do it. And that's why I'm doing this right now, to put it into perspective for you. If you started investing at the time when Uhuru took power, that was in 2012, it is something that has happened within your adulthood lifetime, or if not adulthood, I don't know. You could see, you were mature enough to see. Now, someone else is going to get into power, whether Ruto or Raila, right? And they're going to go 10 years probably. So again, we're starting another cycle of 10 years now as we speak. You could make different decisions now, even if you didn't make those decisions then. You could make different decisions now going forward into the 10 years, and that could also change your life in the next 10 years. And now I want to show you what 10 years could mean if you are consistent. Consistency, discipline, and focus. That's it. That's all you need to achieve these goals. But let's see how much money. Let's see figures. I like talking numbers. Numerophile. I'm a numerophile. I want to speak numbers. I want to show you the data. I want to show you, if you save 10K, what did you have? If you save 20K, what did you have? 15K, 30K, whatever. And remember, it's not about the amount of money you're saving. It's about starting that process. It's about starting the process of making sure your money is working for you, investing that money, putting it somewhere so it can get up working for you. That's all that matters. Let's see. Zimele, which is, most of you know Zimele is a money market fund in Kenya. I've done so many videos on money market funds. Check my channel. So many videos on money market funds. Top money market funds, best money market funds, top paying money market funds, how to invest in money market funds. So let's look at this. These two calculators will give us different scenarios. So we have the first one, which is a Zimele money market fund. It's called the savings plan. You come here, they have different calculators. They have one for target savings calculator. So here you put the amount you are targeting to save and the number of years you want to do it. And then it will tell you how much you're going to save monthly and how much you can save as lump sum to reach your target. The second one is about future savings. So you say, okay, you want to calculate the future value of your savings. So you have the initial deposit. You can say I have $100 and I'm going to do $100 monthly, and then it will give you how much you will have at the end of the day. Then we have a savings time calculator. So this one will tell you how much time you require to get to a particular amount. So let's say you require $10,000. How much monthly deposit are you going to make and what interest rate are you using? It will tell you how much you require to reach that amount. So there are different calculators, and I encourage people to play around with these investment calculators because it opens your mind to the possibility of making money. And then I have this one. This is mainly usually for stocks. I use this one mainly to do stocks. If you're investing in stocks, if you're investing in different assets that are giving you an average return, it's easier to come and check how it will be compounded. Remember the power of compounding. That's why we're even talking about the 10 years, because that money has to be invested and it has to be compounded. The money has to be constantly working for you and compounded, not money that you put in and withdraw, put in and withdraw, put in and withdraw. That will not help you. You put money somewhere, you be consistent, you let the money be there, and it compounds and you earn interest on the compounded amount until the time that you say it's now at the level I wanted it to be. So let's use this too. So let's say, for instance, you have the email, right? So we're going to use this. Let's say you want to know how much you could have had since Uhuru took power. This Uhuru took power in 2012. So we guys are going to do a flat of 10 years, okay? So 10 years, let's say you are only saving $100. In $100 now, we're going to do a flat rate of 10,000 Kenya shillings, which actually that's more right now because of inflation. Is it that one really? Okay, that one, yes. And your monthly savings was going to be $100, so 10,000 shillings. In 10 years, you would have clean 1.9 million. That's around 2 million average, because again, the exchange rates right now are a bit higher. So you would have around 2.1 million. And remember, they're assuming an interest of 9%. Zimele, most of the time, if you're using Zimele, in that case, would give you 9.56%. I use Cyton, gives me 10.5 to 11%. Some people use Nabo, which gives around 10%. So it depends on the money market fund that you have. That's a different discussion. You can check my videos, or you can come to me for consultation on that and which one you'd want to go into. Anyways, if you look at that, that's 10,000, that's 10,000, that's almost 2 million in 10 years. So if you are saying, oh, I'm only earning a little money, I cannot save money. If you only strive to save 10,000 and then you put this money in here, you'd have 2 million. Now, let me tell you something. If you took this 2 million and took it into bonds, for example, you would be getting 14% or 13 point something percent out of your bonds every 2 times a year. That is considerable amount of money. So this is a place whereby you accumulate your money and then you invest in more long-term assets. You could even take the 2 million and find some kind of real estate project that you'd want to put into. It doesn't matter. This is a place for accumulation. Or leave it here, compound it, and even get to a higher value. You can get up to 10 million, no problem. So that is very clear. 10,000, 10,000, 2 million in 10 years. Now, let's say you increase that one just by a few, so it gets to 15,000. Right, guys? 15,000 in 10 years, 3 million by just increasing by 5,000. That's basically 3 million. Okay, we are assuming in 10 years you never increased your savings, you never increased how much you're contributing every month, your situation never changed. So the least amount you were putting in was 15,000, which in most cases in 10 years your life has changed greatly. A lot of things have happened. I believe good things. I only look at the positive side of stuff. So, and sometimes I'm also hoping that people get like a windfall. You get money you didn't plan for, and you invest the money. Like I always say, if you get money you don't plan for, invest that money. So again, that gives us a 3 million. 3 million, if you put that money in a bond, you're getting considerable amount of money probably for the rest of your life. If you put that in real estate, you have done something. If you put that even in stocks, you are doing something. So let's see again. Let's do 20,000. You have $200 to save every month. 4 million clean money. So you cannot say that you couldn't do anything. Now let's come to a proper one here again. This one, I'm gonna put a higher rate because then you could have different assets giving you much better rates. And we're gonna do 10 years, $100. You're getting, let's say you have different assets giving you an average of around 11%, okay? Because you could have bonds and then you have money market funds, you have treasury bills, and then an average of 11% would be okay, right? And you just do $100, you end up with around $21,000. $21,000, that's over 2 million. Okay, meaning the more you diversify your assets or your investments, into good assets, the more money you get. Now, let's say within that 10 years, you are doing $200. You started with $200 as initial amount, and you are contributing $200 per month. You're getting an interest rate of around 11%, and this is after 10 years since Uhuru took power. How much do you have while Uhuru is living right now? Over $4.2 million. Over 4.2 million Kenya shillings. Okay, that is only $200. Only 4.2 million Kenya shillings. Now let's say you are doing a job, you are earning 100,000, you live on 70,000, and you only saving 30. That is over 6.5 million. Right now with the exchange rate, this is almost 7 million. Almost 7 million. A lot of people are earning 100K. And they live on the whole amount. So if you are living on just 70K of that amount, but let's say you are crazy, let's say you go minimalistic, you say I'm earning 100,000, yes, but I'm gonna live on only 50,000. The rest going into investment. Look at that. Let's see. 10 million plus. That is 10 million plus. Now the funny thing about this is this, yeah. If you were to forget about investment after having this 10 million, then you put this 10 million into an investment, into a good asset, maybe stocks, I would say bonds. Let's say you just take your 10 million. You don't want to invest anymore. You stopped. You're tired, okay? COVID messed you up and you stopped. So you want to take this 10 million, put into bonds, and then get money. 10 million into bonds, you're going to be getting an amount of money every single month. Let's do the calculation here. 13%, let's say 13. So let's say tax is taken off. So that's 0.13, 0.13, and you want to multiply that by your 10 million. It's actually 10.2 million. You end up with around 1.3 million per year if you invest in bonds. You are paid twice a year, so every 6 months you're getting 663,000 Kenya shillings out of the money that you have saved. Now, what I'm trying to say is that you don't need to even continue for too long, guys. You don't need to continue for too long. You can just do this. For 10 years. Basically, you can invest for only 10 years. Invest for only 10 years and you are set in many ways. You can continue having fun. You can leave the money in there into a good investment, leave alone even bonds. Even if you leave just this money in here, let's say you take the money, even bring it to Zimele, okay? 10 million, sorry, 0.2, okay? And you continue, you don't put anything. Now, in the next 10 years, that is 10 years that now someone else is going to take power from this year, you're going to be at 24 million. That is good money for you to retire. What I'm saying is simple. You can invest or you can sit and wait. You can invest or you can sit and wait. It's your decision, guys. It's your decision. You've seen the maths. It's very clear. Play around with the calculators. Look at the numbers. You will be surprised at what you will see. If you are consistent for only 10 years, I know people have been working in the same job for more than 10 years. It means you can be very consistent with your saving for only 10 years. After that, even if things don't go so well, or if you decide, you know what, I'm stopping to invest, I'm going to enjoy all my money. Still, one day when you walk out of that employment, you will have good amount of money. And we are playing with the least amount here. So if things change for the better, economies grow, things change for the better, we're talking about 30, 40 million plus. Guys, these numbers are not crazy numbers. These are very possible and achievable numbers. I know I said I was going to speak for a short time, but you know what? I like money. I like finance. So guys, subscribe, man. Subscribe, watch, share it with these people. Show these people that investing and making money is possible. Show people around you. Be that person who shares knowledge. Otherwise, guys, see you next time, and I hope that was helpful.